And another one bites the dust. And another one's gone, another one's gone, another one bites the dust. Looks like Canadians aren't into radical extreme populism. Smith using the notwithstanding clause against the teachers, triggering Albertans to have recalls against Alberta Conservative MLAs. Smith thought that she could use it in her favor. She didn't figure that Albertans would use it against her MLAs that aren't standing up for their constituents. So far, there, ha- there have been 3 MLA recalls that have been approved. There are more MLAs on the list yet to be approved. The Conservative Party is in turmoil, losing 2 MPs this week, one crossing the floor to the Liberals and one resigned, making a statement that he'll be leaving in the spring. He's been restraining from voting on the budget. Scheer is on the defense stance. Poilievre never put his bid in on the budget and has been missing from the House of Commons debates for the last few days. The last day that Poilievre was in the House of Commons, all he kept mentioning was the carbon tax. He's like a broken record. The Liberal federal budget is projected at a $78.3 billion deficit. The budget commits $208 billion in capital investment over 5 years. This is an investment into Canadian infrastructure projects to spur investment in growth. This will make Canada a superpower in conventional energy as well as green energy. The breakdown is for infrastructure, productivity, competitiveness, defense, security, and housing, representing $450 billion. More than 75% of the action is in response to significant global shifts. 42%, $12 billion, is to protect and strengthen Canadian sovereignty. Investing in defense, tariff response, building a strong economy, 36%, $10 billion to bring costs down for Canadians. Middle class cuts, canceling the consumer carbon price, building Canadian prefab homes by companies or builders. No flipping nor left empty or home tax applies. 22%, $7 billion in additional action to support Canadians with programs, benefits, job protection, affordability, and opportunity. Our GDP is at 13.3, so we have room to grow without sinking our economy. This budget is about investing in Canada, trimming programs that are no longer working. New sectors in NATO at 2%, 1,000 more police, border guards, financial crimes to track money laundering, organized criminal activity, financial scams, Arctic and maritime surveillance. This isn't the kind of budget that Harper had. He opened the taps to get Canada out of the Great Recession. In 2009 to 2010, delivered a deficit of $5.8 billion. In the next year's shortfalls of $55.6 billion in 2009 to 2010, $33.4 billion in 2010 and 2011, $26.3 billion in 2011 and 2012. In today's economy, that would work out to $77 billion. Harper was spending to restart the economy. Harper's budget put money into highways and stimulus projects to get people working again. Harper's budget was recovery spending. The Canadian piggy bank disappeared, and many of our Canadian companies were sold at a discount. Nexen to China, Inco to Brazil, Stelco to the USA, Nortel to Sweden, Falconbridge to Switzerland, Canadian Wheat Board to Saudi Arabia, and we were entered into a 31-year FIPA deal with China. This is what selling out your country looks like. Harper also inherited a $13.8 billion surplus. Where did the money go? Carney's budget is about building Canada stronger by building infrastructure to make our economy secure. we have the resources to build a new economy that will benefit all of Canadians. When the election came, we voted for the adult in the room. Carney, a well-educated economist with plenty of experience, we knew that he was a centrist. That's what we needed at this time with an insecure economy around the world because of Trump's tariff instability. Many of us were tired of the rage baiting and slogans. So we voted against Poilievre. We didn't want anger, division, or distrust. Poilievre even lost his seat. Then another seat was pretty much handed to him. He still doesn't get why we voted against him. He hasn't learned. When the budget came out, Poilievre and his MPs focused on the carbon tax. Maybe they don't understand the market. When we sell our products abroad, we have carbon capture tax that has to be applied. Otherwise, we pay the tax. Poilievre was so busy rage baiting that he forgot to put his budget bid in as the opposition leader. One of his MPs crossed the floor and another one quit. It looks like there's chaos within Poilievre's Populist Party. During the last few House sessions of the House of Commons, not only was Poilievre missing, but there were many UPC MP seats empty. Poilievre built his party on loyalty and rage. It's caused division within the party. Loyalty, discipline, and control isn't working within the populist Conservative Party. Fear and anger is swelling within the party. A crack turned into a fracture. There may be more floor crossings or resignations coming. Poilievre might not even make it to the leadership review. Since Poilievre became the leader, 3 MPs have left the party. The turmoil is causing cracks in the foundation, and Jenny is still part of the party. It's hard to say what's going to happen. Will Poilievre make it to January? The Bank of Canada Governor Chief Macklin said that there's significant change in the budget and operational expenditures. It's a pivot to catalyze private investment. The governor is very careful in his statements because it moves the markets. This statement comes from a top economist. The eyes are on the 17th. The Liberals only need 1 vote left to pass the budget. The only one who may want an election is Poilievre, but he knows that if an election were to happen, Carney would end up with a majority, especially with all the corruption happening within the conservative parties. Pragmatism is winning over ideology. So the budget will pass. The question is, how many Tories will resign or cross the floor? And they went down, 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 and the flames went higher in the ring of fire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. It's finally happening. I was hoping that they would get caught in their corruption. I'm happy about this for Canada. Effing A.